Hello, everybody, and a good day to you all. Today, I am talking about My Adventures with Superman, Season 1, Episode number 3, my interview with Superman. In this episode here, you got Lois desperately trying to get an interview with Clark. Well, not with Clark, well, Superman. Not knowing that's Clark. And meanwhile, you still got Clark still discovering his powers. And throughout this whole episode, he's starting to get these little pains in his head. He doesn't know exactly what's going on. He just brushes it off and goes about business. And we get in this episode here, we get introduced to his heat vision for the first time. And the way they animated, the way they show the force of this energy coming out of his body is so it was I really did like how it was done, how they animated, just showing how powerful he is and the power of this energy that's coming through his eyes like that, and seeing him like first the burst of energy, how this comes out, and then watching him learn how to control it and use it and focus it was always very interesting as well too. Now I really do like it because it's like now they are speeding it up a little bit faster too. It's always very interesting that he didn't have these powers just yet as well, and it's starting to feel like it kind of reminds me a little bit on how Superman first came out, because he didn't have all these powers when he first came out. At first, when Superman first came out, he couldn't even fly. He just jumped from place to place. And then as time went on, it gave him like more powers and powers and powers. But and seeing how they develop in here, and he's still not so sure of himself. And then when he finally get the interview with Lois, she thinks he's lying, which is very interesting because he is lying, but it's not about what he told her, because he doesn't know anything, because he doesn't know how to speak Kryptonian. So he's trying to connect with this entity, and I'm not so sure he even knows that's his father. Or he know, but I think he figured that out in the last episode, but they haven't quite confirmed it yet. So until he knows for sure that he said that that's his father, I'm not so sure that he knows. But also the interesting part of this as well, to introduce you to new other reporters here as well too, and you can see the anime feel, the tone that they're taking here. They could take some more comedic tones as well, and because you got Cat Grant, Steve Lambert, and Ronnie Troop, and they are the news team. And now I have no idea why Steve Lambert is there, because he does sports. But the way they introduced them, it was so anime. It was so meta at the same time as well too. Because you have Cat Grant speaking up first, and then she calls down lights, and then the lights just shine on her like that. It was so silly, but it was so over the top, and I really did enjoy it a lot. And then seeing how that comes back and having Lois interview that Wharton as Cat Grant, and her doing the whole voice and the whole theatrical thing as well too. And you got Jimmy falling in line with it, and then you got Clark, who hates the lie, just standing there like a dud, like this, like I'm Steve. It's so funny. I really do enjoy the chemistry between them, and also the chemistry between Lois, she with Clark, who you could tell she likes the most. And then with Superman, who she has a crush on. So like this Clark she likes, she wants to date, and then you got Superman, who she has a crush on, which makes perfect sense. I mean, Superman's beautiful. So you see these two characters right here play up one another. And the thing is though, even though Superman is not Clark, is not telling her exactly who he is, he's actually still being honest with her, both as Clark and as Superman. So he's lying to her, but at the same time telling her the truth, which is so interesting how he finding that balance between them, because Clark doesn't wear a mask when he's Superman, and he's not pretending to be somebody else when he's Superman. That's all him. Even when he has his confidence, that's still Clark. And even when he's like kind of awkward, a little goofy, yeah, he may plays it up a little bit more when he's Clark sometimes, but that's all him too. That's all that is him. He's not like Batman, who puts on a face and pretends to be Bruce Wayne, the rich playboy like that dude, like doesn't have a care in the world. That's not who he is. He's Batman. That's who Bruce really is. That's his core. That's his soul. He's Batman. Even in his dreams, he's Batman. Even when he thinks about himself, he's Batman. Even when somebody else he's saying they're Batman, he's still Batman. So, but Clark, all of these aspects are him. And when you see him talk to Lois, and he's all confident like this, so I bet you like that interview, even though he didn't say anything to her, which was so funny, because he wants to tell her everything about himself. He wants to, but he doesn't know anything. So he left her like this. I don't know about that. I don't know where I get my powers from. I don't know what I can do, but I'm here to help. So, yay! So I'm cool, right? And he just flies away. And he thinking I did it. The thing is though, you can see it on Clark's face. The confidence he came in, he nailed it. And when he asked her about this, he was like so confident. He pumped the ships up. So how was your interview with Superman? Huh? He was pretty awesome, wasn't he? And when she said he's a liar, the hurt on his face, the shock too, like this, say what? I'm a good boy. I tell the truth all the time. I never lie. What are you talking about? I'm a liar. Oh man. And then we get introduced to some new bad guys in here. Silver Banshee, you got Mist, and you have Rough House, and they're not metahumans in here. They all using the tech, but they are using Kryptonian tech the way Superman responds to it in the flashbacks she's getting. Now I don't know what this is leading up to because everything's tech so far. The robots were tech, which I think is also Kryptonian. You got what's her name? Livewire also using tech, which also looked like it's Kryptonian, and it looked like it may have changed her, but it didn't look like it affected Banshee and her crew that way. And it's so interesting seeing Banshee introduced here and what they introduced her because she doesn't have the powers, she doesn't have that unique look that she has. Because in the comic books right now, Banshee's a good guy and she's dating Jimmy, which is also very interesting. I don't think they're gonna go in that direction here because Banshee was the bad guy for a long period of time, and now she's good. She has a little rock band, and she's dating Jimmy. So interesting. We'll see where that goes. But either who, great episode. Animation has always been great on this show. This scene. The interesting thing about this though, we all know Superman's origin. We all know his story. It's not new. But the way they're retelling it makes it feel fresh and new because I have no idea where this is going. Seeing how his powers kicking in, even though you know what his powers are, but the way they introduce it here is so interesting. Now I don't know what this is leading up to. Like I said, with the tech stuff, with all the Kryptonian tech, could it be leading up to Brainiac? Maybe because in different versions of the story. Now in the comic books, Brainiac really had nothing to do with Superman at all, except for him taking Kandor and shrinking it down. But in the cartoon, Brainiac was the computer system that the Kryptonians used. So yes, he came from Krypton. Now I don't know that they're doing that here as well too. Maybe Brainiac coming back using tech to fight Superman. Maybe, I don't know. But overall, I'm enjoying this story. To watch the discovering thing, watching him discover his powers as well. The connections between both Jimmy, Clark, and Lois is just fun to watching them bounce off one another, and also the connection between Lois and Clark, the chemistry they have. But when he both Clark and he has Superman, very interesting as well too. And it makes you wonder: is she ever going to find out that Clark and Superman are the same person? Because she's so busy trying to figure out who he is and where he comes from. With the Discover thing, you also got shown on my new theme song in here. Now the animation part of this thing I thought was great. I really did like how the thing looked. I'm not so sure with the music part yet. Maybe it had to grow on me a little bit. I don't like it that much, but overall, I'm enjoying the show. I'm enjoying how these characters are portrayed. I'm enjoying this whole adventure, and the title of this show pretty much fits it perfectly. My Adventure with Superman, because it feels like it's not just Lois and Jimmy's adventure with him. It feels like it's our adventures with him. Like we're part of this world as well too, and we're going on this ride with him. Because we all on this world of discovery of finding out who Superman is. Clark trying to figure out who he is. You got Lois and Jimmy trying to figure out who he is, and we also as the viewers are trying to figure out who he is, even though we already know who he is. It's so interesting as well too. Like I said, this thing is not new, but it makes it feel new and fresh at the same time. So it makes it more entertaining because you don't know where it's going to go. You really don't. And I like that. It makes you excited for another episode. So leave your comments down below. Let me know what you thought of this episode of My Adventures of Superman. And if you haven't watched it, check it out for yourself. So give my channel a like, hit the thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel and share. I really do appreciate it. Also, links down below. Let you know my social media. You want to follow me there, I really do appreciate it as well too. And also when I sell things, like I sell things with shirts and socks and everything else and whatnot. This is one of my shirts right here. This is my Tiger Bunny shirt. Many others as well. See some stuff, buy some stuff. I really would appreciate it. Like I always say, in my dreams of life, I am the Ninja Rabbit. Peace out, people.